Today we will be learning on nature of information. Classically, information is considered to be human to human transactions. However, throughout history, this concept has been expanded not so much by the development of mathematical logic but by technological development. A substantial change occurred with the arrival of the telegraph at the beginning of the 19th century. The scent went from being strictly material to a broader concept. As many anecdotes make clear, among the most highlights the intentions of many people to send material things by means of telegrams, or the anger of certain customers arguing that the telegraph operator had not sent the message when he returned them the message note currently. Information is an abstract concept based on the theory of information created by Claude Shannon in the mid 20th century. However, computer technology is what has contributed most to the concept of bit being something totally familiar. Moreover, concepts such as virtual reality based on the processing of information have become everyday terms. Claude Elwood was an American mathematician, electrical engineer, and cryptographer, remembered as father of information. The point is that information is ubiquitous in all natural processes, physics, biology, economics, etc., in such a way that these processes can be described by mathematical models and ultimately by information processing. This makes us wonder, what is the relationship between information and reality? Information as a physical entity. It is evident that information emerges from physical reality. As computer technology demonstrates, the question is whether information is fundamental to physical reality or simply a product of it. In this sense, there is evidence of the strict relationship between information and energy. Thus, the Shannon-Hartley theorem of information theory established the minimum amount of energy required to transmit a bit, known as the Bekenstein bound. In a different way, and in order to determine the energy consumption in the computation process, Rolf established the minimum amount of energy needed to erase a bit, a result known as Landor principle, and its value extracted coincides with the Beken's bound, which is a function of the absolute temperature of the medium. These results allow determining the maximum capacity of a communication channel and the minimum energy required by a computer to perform a given task in both cases, and efficiency of current system is evident, whose performance is extremely far from theoretical limits. But in this context, The really important thing is that Shannon theorem is a strictly mathematical development in which the information is finally coded on physical variables, leading us to think that information is something fundamental in what we define as reality. Both cases shows the relationship between energy and information, but are not conclusive in determining the nature of information. What is clear is that for a bit to emerge and to be observed on the scale of classical physics requires a minimum amount of energy determined by the Beck's bound. So the observation of information is something related to the absolute temperature of the environment. This behavior is fundamental in the process of observation as it becomes evident in the experimentation of physical phenomena. A representative example is the measurement of the microwave background radiation produced by the Big Bang, which requires that the detector located in the satellite be cooled by liquid helium. The same is true for night vision sensor, which must be cooled by a Peltier cell. On the contrary, this is not necessary in a conventional camera since the radiation emitted by the scene is much higher than the thermal noise level of the image sensor. This proves that information emerges from physical reality, but we can go further as information is the basis for describing natural process. Therefore, something that cannot be observed cannot be described. In short, every observable is based on information, something that is clearly evident in the mechanism of perception. Thank you.